friends. Well, it's still early, so I've been busy, busy, busyness. Now I'm really trying to cut down on my busyness because it just drives me crazy. But anyway, certain things always need to be done in your home, and I'm trying to tackle things that I've let go for the last 3 years. Um, It's not an excuse. I mean, you all know, I broke those of you that have been with me for a while. For the new people, 3 years ago, I broke my hip, and a year or so before that, I had a compression fracture in my back. Um, I have fibromyalgia and osteoarthritis. So anyway, after the hip thing, oh, and plus that, I'm not home a lot in the summer. My significant other has a boat, so every weekend pretty much we go to the boat. I'm a grandma of 5, so in the summer I help out, picking them up and going over their house after school because some of them are still younger. And so anyway, I'm very busy with family. I like to go out to lunch with friends, and I'm the kind of person that, okay, I'm going to do this today, and I'm very determined. And a good friend will call that I haven't seen in a while. Hey, do you want to go to lunch? Okay. And there I go. So anyway, I'm very spontaneous. I'm not an in the box kind of person. But anyway, all these factors have kind of caused me to fall behind on my house that I had built in 2003. It was after a breakup with another significant other that I had been with for a long time. And so my best friend, who we had been neighbors on another street, we decided to both sell our houses and we built 2 attached cluster homes. They're attached at the garages, and we've been living here now for 16 years. She had her house built, and they're mirror images of each other. And our kids grew up together. As a matter of fact, they're all the same ages. She and I are the same age. We have a lot of parallel things that have gone on in our lives. There's some sort of, if you believe in it, some sort of a cosmic connection between our families and the two of us. So anyway, I have a lot of catching up to do now. And now that the weather's getting colder, the garden is getting put to bed slowly but surely. And so I will have more time to get caught up on the things that I have let go. So yesterday I was sorting through magazines, and I have this pile left yet. And the pile was probably up to here. And most of them were magazines that I had been reading through, but didn't finish. I put it down. I got busy doing other things. I put it in the pile. And a lot of times they're still folded over to the place that, I stopped reading. And I thought, well, this is ridiculous. I didn't want to throw them all away. It's like people, when hoarders save like stacks and stacks and stacks of newspapers. Well, I'm not that bad. But you pay money for the magazines, and usually what I do when I go through the checkout line, because they know, Ellen, over here are the magazines. So I like Woman's World, and I like First, the typical woman's type magazines. So anyway, I saw in one of our neighborhood, it's a sharing thing on the neighborhood, where somebody was looking for magazines, especially ladies' magazines, because they were going to be doing a picture board project with people, and this lady was looking for magazines. And I thought, well, that's great. I don't have to throw them away. They won't all end up in the recycle. Well, they will eventually, but, I didn't want to throw unread magazines just into the recycle. So I have, pretty much cut back 90 90% in buying magazines because I just don't go to the store much anymore. But I'll still pick up a magazine here and there. So what I've decided to do is I take the magazine, and usually when I do buy a magazine, it's, you know how they have all these things on the cover, you know, all these. So I'll read what's on the cover, and if there's anything of interest to me, then I'll pick up the magazine because I want to read it. Do I always get around to reading it? No. Or sometimes there's things that I do read that I think are important. Like I like to cut out articles on supplements and what they do and what they help and that sort of thing, hoping with the hopes that, you know, it'll alleviate some of my uh, chronic pain things. So I didn't want to throw them away. So what I'm doing, I'm going to drop all these off to this lady today. She lives right around the corner from me. But what I do is I go through the magazines now, and if I haven't read them or the articles, then I will go to the on the cover section and see what page the article is that I want to read. And then what I do is I just rip out that article and I keep, you know, a pile of paper. So a pile like this is now down to just, you know, a few pages. And I'm going to get a notebook and I'm going to put them in there. And then as I read them, if I want to read a magazine, I'll have all the articles there that I want to read. And I'll either throw them away when I'm done reading them, or if there's something that is important that I want to keep, then that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, that's what I was doing yesterday. And these are all the magazines I have left. And I'm going to take these to that lady, and I don't feel like I totally wasted my money. All right, I'll be back later. I have a few other things I want to talk about. Well, here is my delicious fall recipe. And I was so surprised at how good it was. So I got these raviolis from Aldi's, and they're pumpkin raviolis, and they're really pretty. They're orange and yellow. And I had some shiitake mushrooms in the fridge. So that's what it turned out like, and I'll tell you what I put in it. Okay, so I didn't do a cook with me thing because I didn't expect it to be this good, but it was so good, I just wanted to share the recipe. So what I did was I just took my frying pan, I put water in it, I stuck the pasta in because it was ready-made, and I just boiled it for about 4 minutes. I drained the pasta, then I put about, well, it's kind of to your taste. Half butter, I use vegan butter, and you can use regular butter, margarine, whatever you have, and olive oil, and about half and half, depends on how much you want. A tablespoon or two of each. You want enough to coat the pasta, so depending on how much you're making, that'll tell you how much oil and butter you're going to use. So I just let that melt, mixed it together, and I added a sweet onion that I just cut in strips. I let that saute for a minute or two. I cut up my shiitake mushrooms in strips, added those, and then I added a big heaping tablespoon or however much garlic you like. You don't have to put the garlic in, but I like garlic, so I put a lot of garlic in it. And then I took about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, just regular Italian seasoning that I had. And I just heated the pasta up in there and mixed it through, and it was really, really good. I was surprised. In fact, I ate too much of it, and that's all I had left. So anyway, I wanted to share that recipe with you. Wanted to talk about the magazines. Um, let's see, anything else? Oh, today I'm going to try to make a recipe that I saw on, I believe it's Paradise Life. I'll link her thing below, or not today, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll make a video for tomorrow. And it's for green tomato jam. Now I'm going to make mine a little different than she made hers, but she said it was really, really delicious and it looked good. Her family loved it. And I gathered all my green tomatoes that I had left from the garden yesterday, and that's what I'm going to use. So that's all I have for you today. And fall is here. No more 70s. It's like down in the 40s and 50s now. So anyway, I love you guys. Abundant blessings. And I'll see you next time.